The Redskins are now 2-1 on the road, Cakes, in 2018, giving their best road record start since 2016. They're 5-1 against the NFC, their best start against teams in the NFC since 2005. Let me see. That victory over the Giants was their first since Week 12 of last season, and their first road win over the Giants since Week 3 of 2016. They tied a season high with 182 rushing yards. They've now rushed for at least 100 yards in 5 games, including 3 straight. It's the first 3-game winning streak since weeks 3 through 6 of 2016. The Redskins finished with 7 sacks. It's the first time the Skins have recorded at least 7 sacks since finishing with 10 in their 41-10 home win against the Jags. They've now finished with 4 or more sacks for a consecutive game for the first time since back-to-back games of weeks 16 and 17 last year. And maybe even more impressively, the Redskins held the Giants to 37 rushing yards and have now held 5 of their 7 opponents under 100 rushing yards total, including their last 4. And I don't believe they've had any single rusher go for more than, 61? 61 yards this year.
Game, week 2.
This rush defense is legit.
And I was looking at just total yards. They're number 2 in the NFL in terms of least amount of yards given up. Now, some of it is not totally fair because they've played less games with the 1 bye. I believe number 1 is Dallas, number 2 given up this season.
Now,
where would you rank this amongst the 8 division leaders? So New England, Pittsburgh,
I have to look at it.
Houston, Kansas City, right? Chicago, New Orleans, Rams.
7th.
Above
the Bears. I'm just not a big Trubisky guy.
I'd like to see that game. Because the Bears defense,
Trubisky guy.
The Bears defense can get after you, though, boy.
So can the Redskins. Look at the statistics EB just gave us.
I'm just saying. I might rank them 8, but that's
you
just
might rank us 8?
Out of division leaders. Well, who knows? They might be better than Houston. They'll get to prove it.
I don't think they're going to win the division in the end. I think the Eagles are going to win the division in the end.
You think they're going to fall apart?
I don't think they're going to fall apart. I think they're going to land on either 9 or 10 wins.
And you don't think 10 will be enough?
If they get 10, they're going to win the division.
If they got to 10, but I think it's less likely. I think they'll probably end up on, and that might be good enough for the playoffs. For some reason, I believe in the Eagles. I mean, they did win the Super Bowl last year. I know they haven't looked good all the time this year, but I just believe the Eagles are going to start reeling off some wins, and they'll at least split against the Redskins and probably sweep the Redskins.
Really? Okay.
Just my guess.
If they sweep the Redskins, then I would say yes, they're probably going to win the division.
I think the Skins split against the Eagles. They win here, lose in Philly.
I mean, no one's talking about the Panthers. Now, I don't think the Panthers are going to win the division, but I think the Panthers are going to the playoffs.
But don't we get the nod over the Panthers since we beat them head up?
True, but you got to have at least the identical record.
Right, but I'm just saying in terms of they weren't even in your top 8.
No, I'm just talking about the division leaders.
Oh, you're talking about all of the NFL.
I was asking you where you would rank the Skins amongst all the division leaders.
Well, they're certainly behind the Patriots and Chiefs.
Yeah,
put them behind the Patriots and Chiefs.
I might put them 8, maybe 7.
I'll put them ahead of the Steelers. Why not? They're better defense.
Okay.
I'll put them ahead of the Steelers. I'll put them ahead of the Texans.
Well, I'll take Deshaun over Alex.
You would rank Deshaun Watson over ahead of the Pittsburgh Steelers. The guys who wear black and yellow uniforms and play in Pittsburgh?
Maybe right now I would.
Okay.
Hey. 4-2-1. We're 5-2.
They're going to get their chance to prove if they're better than Houston because they play them.
Yeah.
And again, I think
I put the Rams ahead of them. I put us ahead of the Bears. I'm sorry, they're the Bears.
I think the Carolina Panthers will win 10 games and be a wild card. So if you want the head-to-head over them, you got to get to 10. And I'm not sure the Skins get to 10. You think the Skins get to 10?
I said no. I think they're going to end on.
You said 9 or 10.
They might.
They've got 9 or 10.
But push comes to shove, I would bet on 9.
They've got a lot of weaklings left weaklings left on the schedule.
Let's say they lose, or 22 or something, and that's enough. And they can't,
I think they're going to win 1 of their next 3.
Right. So
then they're 6-4.
Atlanta, Tampa, and Houston.
Well,
I said they're going to beat Tampa.
That's a mini swoon.
Yes, a mini swoon. But you'd still be 6-4.
Yeah.
Which all of us would have taken at the beginning of the year.
Absolutely.
And then down
We
the
have
stretch.
5 now.
Yeah, but
So
now
to
you're
beat
getting
Tampa,
greedy.
beat-
Now Skins fans are getting greedy with the 5-2 start.
And they should. Hey, look, I hope I'm wrong. I hope they
You
win
know what?
12 games.
There's enough wins out there. You could easily see them beating Tampa, Dallas, the Giants again, the Titans. That's 4 right
I
there.
could see 9 wins.
And then I could easily see them winning one against the Eagles, 1 of 2, and then
Where are they playing
the
Tennessee?
Texans.
Where are they playing Tennessee?
At Tennessee, I believe.
Yeah, that's going to be.
Oh, you just got them to 11 wins, EB.
No, I'm not saying they're gonna win all those, but they could.
Yeah, they can win any game.
The one
There's not-
I see
don't play
the
the
least
Chiefs.
likely is the Falcons.
They don't play the Chiefs. That's an unwinnable game for them. They don't play the Rams. I think that's an unwinnable game.
Yeah, they
for
don't
them.
have any of
They don't
those.
play the Patriots. So,
Yeah,
yeah,
and
they could win any game.
Yeah. I don't know why you're so high on the Eagles.
I'm not
I mean,
that-
they won the Super Bowl last year, and
I'm not
Carson
that
Wentz looks
high.
good.
I'm not that high on the Eagles, but I think the Eagles and Skins are pretty much a toss-up.